Let's take a look at mixture problems. This is how they look in general, and you've got a story problem. You're given two different items. For this one, it's two kinds of coffee. One sells at 6, one at 11 per pound. They want to have some kind of mixture, and they want to sell the mixture for $7 a pound. How many pounds should be used? My recommendation before you start is that you write a word sentence here first, where you have the money that you get from the first kind of coffee, so the money from A plus whatever money for the poundage you have for B is going to equal the money you get for the mixture. And it's that basic word equation that we build the rest of the solution on. So here we are, we have the money from A plus the money from B equals the total mixture. So how do we decide how much money we get from A? Well, it's going to be the price per pound times how much. And then the money for B is going to be the price per pound times how much. And the money for the mixture is going to be the price per pound times how much. And they're asking us how many pounds of the $6 coffee we need to use. So if that's the case, that's the money from A. And so let's go ahead and fill in all the information we know. This is the price times quantity, how you decide the price from each. And then we can fill in $6 per pound. I just called it X. You can call it A if you want, how much we need. And then the $11 pound times 90 pounds, which is how much they tell us they're going to give us of the $11 coffee. So how much is in the mixture? In the mixture is going to be everything from the first kind of coffee plus whatever you have from the second kind of coffee. So that means the X plus the 90, and that's where this 90 plus X comes from. Now, something to think about is that these kind of problems, they don't always give you how much of one of them. They may say, I want a mixture of so many pounds. Then we have to change these values over here instead. That's the next question that we'll take a look at that. So for right now, we can solve this problem. You're going to multiply 90 times 11 to get 990. And then on the right, 7 times 90 is 630, plus 7 times x, which is 7x. Go ahead and subtract 6x from both sides and subtract 630 from both sides. And that gives you 360 equals x. And that's what they're asking you, how many pounds of the $6 coffee. And so when you're all done, here it is typed out so you can see it a little better. When you're all done, 360 pounds of the $6 coffee needs to be added to the 90 pounds of $11 coffee, typo, $11 coffee, to get a total mix of 450 pounds that will sell for $7. So you always need to have a sentence answer for these. Let's try another one. On this one, as you can see, we're doing tea now. The manager is going to mix Earl Grey that sells for $5 per pound with Orange Pekoe that sells for $3 per pound, and wants to get 100 pounds of the new blend. If selling the new blend for $4.50, how many pounds of each are required? So we're going to get the money from A, which is going to be, remember, the money times the quantity. Money from B, however much per pound it is, times the quantity. And the money for the mixture is going to be however much per pound times the quantity. So here it is typed for you so you can read it a little better, price times quantity. So we can go ahead and fill those in. For the first one, Earl Grey, it's $5 per pound. We don't know how much. For the second one, Orange Pekoe is $3 per pound. We're going to need to do something else with that quantity. And then the total mix is $4.50 per pound, and we want 100 pounds of that. That's 100 there, sorry. And so if we have 100 pounds and we don't know how much of the Earl Grey that we pull out or have to put in, then the rest of it is going to be Orange Pekoe. So how do you write the rest of it? 100 minus whatever it is you have for the Earl Grey. Now that you have that, you can go ahead and solve by distributing the 3 in multiplying 100 times 450, go ahead and solve all the way for x. So here it is substituted in so you can, and once we solve it, we take the 5x minus 3x, get 2x, subtract the 300, so you get 75. And then the other t, we need 25. They're asking us how much of each type, so we need to say how much of each type. 75 pounds of the Earl Grey needs to be added to 100 minus 75, the 25 pounds of the Orange Pekoe, to get the total mix. So what you should notice is that for every one of these mixture problems, we start with these first two word sentences. They're always going to start with that, and then as you fill it in, what's going to change is this quantity. Rarely do we work with a variable as a price. It's almost always quantity. So they're either going to give you one, tell you how much you need, and it's 100 minus that guy, or they're going to tell you exactly how much of one, and then you have a variable, a number, and then this becomes the variable plus the number. That's it. Hope you're having a great day.